The Russos reveal why Spider-Man took so long to disappear in Infinity War. With the digital release of Avengers Infinity War hitting the interwebs last week, we've been getting info rained down on us like a Thanos-propelled moon. Infinity War's directors, Anthony and Joe Russo in particular, have offered a ton of context behind some of their choices in the film, including clearing up why the Hulk refused to transform and revealing how the snap heard round the universe took a pretty hefty toll on both Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. But there was one particularly interesting detail about everyone's favorite wall crawler that cleared up a nitpick that many fans have had since the film's release last April. Now, before we dive into the latest details about the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you should know that this episode contains spoilers for the director's commentary of Infinity War, but mainly a spoiler for your heart, because we're going to be getting into the nitty-gritty of Spider-Man's last few moments.
I don't feel so good.
As we know, after Thanos gathers all of the Infinity Stones and snaps half of all life in the universe out of existence, Peter Parker and Tony Stark share a tender moment on Titan before Peter turns into space dust. Though the scene is one of the most memorable and poignant in the film, a few fans pointed out that it's a little weird that basically everyone else affected by the snap disappears immediately, but it takes Peter Parker about 30 seconds before he takes a literal dirt nap.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir, please.
And it sounds like the directors heard everyone's criticisms, because in the audio commentary for Infinity War, the Russo brothers have an explanation for why Peter hung on for a lot longer than everyone else, and it actually makes sense. Now, when the Russo brothers plotted out the scene before shooting, Tony and Peter's moment was a lot shorter. Joe Russo said, if I remember correctly, right, it was, I don't feel so good. Tony looked at him and he said, I'm sorry, and disappeared. Russo continues, and at the end of the day, he kept driving to put more and more emotion into it. And RDJ just went up to Tom and said, you don't want to go, you're a child, and you're using your strength as Spider-Man to fight this. And then that was the performance that came out. So a mix of Peter's Spidey sense giving him a heads up about his impending dusting, his boosted spider strength, a heaping helping of fear, and honestly a super strong performance from Tom Holland are what delayed Parker for a few extra seconds. The Russo's explanation is both practical and, oh God, so sad. I'm not laughing, you're laughing. I'm not crying, you're crying. It's an awkward laugh, an emotional awkward laugh.
I don't feel so good.
So what does this mean for the MCU? Not a lot, but it does give us some interesting insight into how Thanos' snap works. Luckily, you won't have to hold on to those tear-absorbing tissues for long, because Peter Parker is definitely coming back for Spider-Man Far From Home, which supposedly starts just a few moments after the end of Avengers 4. And though it's not confirmed, we do feel pretty good that we'll be seeing everyone's favorite web-slinger making an appearance in the next Avengers film. But what do you folks think? Does the Russos' explanation for Spider-Man's delayed disappearance post-snap make you feel good? How excited are you for Avengers 4? And if multiple people dressed as Spider-Man are in the same room, do you refer to them as Spider-Men or Spider-Mans? The correct answer may shock you. Let's discuss. Be sure to like, subscribe, and smash that little bell to get notified every time we drop a video. And if you didn't get enough Spider-Man today, then check out Nerdist's take on the Kiki Challenge. You can watch it over on our YouTube page right now.